Hey cuties! Welcome to another day in Vlogmas, where every day until Christmas I am posting some content. So I hope you guys are still enjoying. Leave me comments if there's anything else you want to see during Vlogmas. I am happy to get it filmed and posted for you guys. But today we're going to talk about all the things that I wanted to finish, the 30 items that I wanted gone before 2024. I'm really excited because I made a lot of great progress kind of keeping these 30 items in the forefront of my mind for the past 4 or so months. I've really been able to do some pretty good work in these items. Now, I didn't finish every single item, but I finished the majority of the items on my list, which makes me really flippin' excited. If you're enjoying Vlogmas, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It does help me out on the channel as well. If you wanted to catch more in Vlogmas, I will have the playlist linked in the cards and in the description box. Let's just get into the 30 items that I wanted to finish before 2024. The first item, I actually don't have the product anymore. I must have gotten rid of it. I've only kept my makeup empties, and I must have forgotten that the item was in this little video series. I finished the Supergoop Every Single Face Watery Lotion. It was a moisturizer. I ranked my Supergoop products and I kind of broke them down and reviewed the Supergoop products I've tried. And that one it was not a very loved product in my collection. It had a very alcohol-y scent to it. So whenever I would apply it, I had to be really conscious to not put it around my eye area because the fumes would make my eyes sting and water and hurt for a good portion of time. So I filmed my deck of panning yesterday, and now I'm filming this video. When I'm filming it, it is the 17th. So I used my product one more time that you'll hear me talk about tomorrow. So this is a bit of a spoiler, but I did finish the the e.l.f. Sun Touchable Whoa Glow Sunscreen Primer. This is in the shade Sunbeam. I saw Paula from A Beauty Guru made me do it. Talk about this trick where you can put the air back into these products and then give it a good shake. And you can really get every drop of product out of your products that way. And so that's what I've been doing with this guy. I've been putting air in. I've been going to town like that, and then I've been able to squeeze product out. And today was the last day that I've been able to do that. And it is so empty in this, and I really did such a good job, such a good number on this product. I actually really enjoyed this, and I can see myself purchasing another one of these in the future. Then the third product was the Custom Enhancer Drops from Cover FX, and I am happy to say I finished it, but I only have this left in my collection from the shade that I was panning. This is the shade Celestial. It was a really beautiful product. I bought this when it was leaving Ulta, so it was on a really good discount. I think I paid $4 for it. It was 10% of the normal price. It was crazy. Then something that came into my collection a couple months ago and is already leaving is the Milani Make It Last setting spray. I really enjoyed this. One of you guys told me that Target sells the larger size of it, so I think I might need to make a little special trip to Target. The next product is deceiving because there's product in here, but it's not the product that was originally in here. This is the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder, and I had mine in the shade Translucent Light. I finished that guy up. And I've been using this beautiful packaging because the container is honestly so nice. It has a nice sifter that you can close. I've been using this for my JCat and Makeup Revolution powders. I've been mixing those together and putting it in here. Then another product that I don't actually have physically in hand, and it's because I mangled the packaging so much that I was I'm not keeping this, I'm recycling it. That was the Ulta Beauty Positive Mindset Setting Powder. It was a loose setting powder that was almost a little bit too pink toned for my liking, my preferences. It did tint my foundations and everything a little bit more pink toned than I typically like them to be, but I did end up finishing that guy up, and I was so excited about that as well. Then another product that I was so excited about, and this has lit a fire under my butt to get my act together to finish more of these kinds of products up. And I finished the Becca Moonstone. This is the Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Moonstone, or it was, because she's empty, and I'm so excited about this. I finished other highlights in the past mixing it with body lotion, so I've never actually finished a highlight using it for its intended purpose. So this was a really, really great challenge. Then something I was working on so long this year was this guy, the e.l.f. Cream Contour Palette. But I remember when I purchased this, and I'm just so happy that I can vividly remember when I bought this. I rode my bike up to the store. I rode my bike back with the local CVS near me, and I ended up purchasing this for like a drugstore makeup video. And I'm so happy that I remember the day that I bought it, and now I have it already used up, and that just makes me really excited. Something I lost, and I was so sad I lost it. I'm gonna hold up the other version of it. So I lost one and I finished one, and those were the Kopari lip glossies. I finished this one, which was the Bubblicious Grape scent. I really liked this one. It doesn't dethrone. The pineapple one is by far the best one. Please bring the pineapple one back. By far, it was so great. It smelled like a pina colada on your lips. It was heaven. But I had a watermelon version from the same kit that had the pineapple one. I didn't like it as much, but I was like, I'm gonna just finish this. It's gonna be fine, like whatever. I took it to a concert with me like the week I started like dedicating use to it, and I lost it. And I was so sad because it was essentially brand new full. So I finished one, I lost one. Then I actually finished a couple eyeshadows that I was planning to finish in my Going Coconuts palette. So if you missed my eye bank, you know, you already kind of have the spoilers. The shades I was working on in this palette were these two up top here. The shade Shredded, which I finished a couple months ago, and I was so happy that I did. It was just a matte nude kind of shade. I use those as a blending out shades. And then this center top shade, that was the shade Palm Reader. It was what I used day in and day out for my inner corner highlight for almost the entire year. This palette just looks so well loved. I want every single palette in my collection to look like this eventually. Like that is the goal. I had two remaining shades from e.l.f. in a Rosewater quad that I had repanned into these that I wanted to finish, and I definitely did not. As you can see, they are still here. They're still kicking it. I have been doing my No Pan Left Behind in my eyeshadow bank. I have been very much realizing how screwed I was in my No Pan Left Behind. I had so many shades I still needed to reach for. So these took an immediate backseat, where I knew that Shredded and Palm Reader, those were shades I could incorporate with every single look and actually do the usage and get those out. So I pumped the brakes on those so I could put my usage elsewhere, like my No Pan Left Behind. Something that I finished and have backups and I've had multiples of in the past. The Ulta Beauty Matte Eye Primer in Nude. I finished this one up earlier this year. I have one that I'm currently, come on, I'm already close to being done with this guy. I'm halfway through it. And I have another backup because I refuse to be without this primer. This is my absolute favorite eyeshadow primer. And then I do also have the Too Faced glitter glue in this project. And technically, as I'm filming this, it's not finished, but I'm going to count this as a goal met within my 30 before 2024. I'm just going to be using this until the end of the year, and then it's going to get rolled out of my collection. It's actually kind of hard to squeeze product out anymore. Then a couple other products that I'm so proud of myself for finishing up, and I actually had quite a few of these kinds of products in this 30 before 2024, and I met all of the goals, and I'm really happy about it. So I did want to finish a couple eyeliners from LA Girl, these two shades here, a purple and then the yellow. So I did finish these guys. They are itty bitty teeny tiny little, oh gosh, I can't even hold them. Ooh. Continuing on the wave of eyeliners, I finished this NYX Faux White Liner in White Smoke. Does anyone remember when these came out? It was a long time ago. I don't have the product in front of me, but I did finish the Mint Melt Eyeliner Crayon. It was like the No Budge Shadow Stick from e.l.f. in a mint shade. I finished that throughout my year-long project pan. And then the last eyeliner product that I had in this assortment of products was this guy, the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in the shade Snow or Stars. I rolled this into a deck of panning or my year-long project pan. I think it was my year-long project pan, with the goal to finish it, and I did. I can't actually sharpen this any longer, and it's too short. Like, the product isn't long enough for its purpose, which was to tightline. now it scratches. So I'm not gonna scratch my eye area. I made such great progress in my eyeliners that it's almost embarrassing to say my lip liners suffered and didn't get nearly as much love as I would have liked them to. So I had 3 lip liners and only one of them I actually met my goal on, but that's fine. So the 2 that are still kicking, still here, are these guys here. And I initially said that I wanted to just declutter my Colourpop one at the end of the year no matter what. And part of me doesn't want to do that. I'm not ready to declutter this. I have been using this a decent amount. I have to be really light-handed when I wear this, but I wear it quite often. I'll probably just try to finish this at some point next year, and I'm gross. There's that. And then the other one I didn't finish, but this one's fine. This one I brought into my collection this year. This is the Essence 8-Hour Matte Comfort Lip Liner, and this is in the shade 4, which is Rosy Nude. I have not a ton of product in there, but that will last me a decent amount of time. One that I was bound and determined to finish because I hated this shade. I hated this color so much. Was this guy. This is the Makeup Revolution. This is the Lip Definer IRL Filter Finish Lip Definer in the shade Chai Nude, which was the babiest baby pink ever. I ended up using this as like a center lip highlight. I would just scribble it on the very center of my lip, and then I used it as a blush because this was way too light for my lip color. This is such a light shade, and it just looked very off and made me look kind of sick when I would wear it all over my lips. There were 2 shades from my Menagerie Feral palette that I did want to finish before the end of the year. I met my goal on one. I didn't meet the goal on the other one. And honestly, I'm okay with that. I ended up meeting my goal and finishing the shade up here called Wolfling, which I ended up loving that shade. That shade was so beautiful. It was kind of a like translucent gold base with a really intense pink shift to it. I really liked wearing it with neutral eyeshadows, and then I would tap a little bit of that out right there and then have the red shade that I'm hitting pan in my Project Level Up. I had that like to kind of bridge the gap, and I loved it. I loved it so much. And then I started doing the same thing with this shade, which was Pack Leader, which clearly we haven't finished yet, but you know, I feel like next year that's going to be a shade that I'm going to be able to finish pretty quickly. And if I use it in a similar manner that I was using Wolfling, I feel like I can finish this pretty early on next year at least. So I didn't meet the goal on one, but I met the goal on another. So that's okay. We did a good try with the eyeshadows this year. We finished 3 off this year. I put 4 glosses in. I mean, that's kind of an outrageous amount of glosses for 4 months left of the year. I ended up having 3 of the Fenty Gloss Bombs in. This was a holiday set that Haley had sent me a couple years ago, and I like put these on a pedestal to look at because I don't want to use the things that people send me because I'm as nostalgic. So I ended up rolling these 2 into projects and finishing them in the projects, which was I was so excited. I don't ever reach for things that people send me or like gifts. So I finished those 2, and then I didn't have a chance to really target and get into this one. So this is going to be something probably sometime next year that I'm going to want to finish as well. Just because this is an older gloss in my collection, and I do try to keep my glosses at least pretty circulated through and always kind of finishing the oldest ones first and before like cracking open new ones. Then lastly, I had this guy, and this is another product where I was like, this has got to go by the end of the year. But I've made so much progress in the course of using this and kind of just like leaving this out on my desk. I've made a decent amount of progress. Like this was where we were when I checked in November, and I'm already down like here. I marked it for December 1st, but I'm already a little bit below that. So I think I just want to hold on to this and then finish this in the first couple months of next year and give myself that, like, you know, you need a little sometimes, like that little push of like, I'm not going to do good in my project pans, and then wham, you finish a lip gloss. Wham, you finish another lip gloss. Bang, you finish an eyeshadow that had like nothing left in it. But still, you feel really accomplished when you meet those kinds of goals. So I think that this is going to be one of those products where it's like the low-hanging fruit that I can just snatch and meet my goal on pretty quickly. So out of my 30 products that I was trying to finish before the end of the year, I ended up meeting my goal and finishing 22 of those products. So where, yeah, I would have loved this to be like 24 items or 30 items, all 30. I'm gonna still take that as a win. That is a huge amount of items to finish within, I think I only really started this in September. 4 months of time to use up 22 products. That's enormous. That is an incredible amount of products to finish in such a short amount of time frame. Especially some of these products were pretty much brand new or had a decent amount of product in them when we rolled them in. The items that are still lingering definitely were the most full out of all of the items that we really rolled into the project, but and then I only lost one item. So I feel like this was a pretty successful like focus of items for me for the last little bit of the year. But yeah, that is it for this video. Let me know in the comments how many items you finished this month or this quarter. Are you tracking things like me this year? Do you have a focus list of items that you really are trying to target? Let me know in the comments below, and then I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. And until then, I hope you guys are staying healthy, sane, and safe, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye!